What's going on, everybody? Snake and your vintage roller here again. Do another vlog. A little different. I'm not skating because my garage is currently a woodworking shop, so I can't even get some practice in on my P-rail. And it's a little too cold outside, and it's dark, and the neighborhood is sleeping. So might as well come talk to y'all. Gotta stay up tonight, anyways. So, huge topics of debate. I'm going to be going over those today from my personal opinion, my personal take on it. Let's get started with it. There is a huge animosity right now in the Blade community. Fruitboomers versus the Bladelennials. Fruitboomers are constantly wanting hammers to drop all the time. Hammer. You know, well, why aren't you guys skating harder? Why aren't you guys going bigger? Why aren't you do bigger and better things? You got the Bladelennials like, dude, there ain't no money in a sport. Why am I going to go out and beat my head against the wall and throw out these crazy tricks when I ain't getting anything out of it? Well, it's a big issue right there. And it's rooted a lot deeper than what a lot of people realize, especially with as young as our sport is. Now, I'm going to go on a really crazy tirade and tangent here, but follow me, because what I'm about to say is a lot of truth, okay? So, extreme sports are kind of new to the world, really. Honestly, they started in 70s, really, when skateboarding came onto the scene by surfers wanting to be able to practice what they did in the water on land. Cool. Well, fast forward from the 70s to the 80s. 70s, they had guys doing crazy stuff on boards. Really, honestly, like foot flips and finger rolls and handstands on boards and, you know, flatland stuff. Cool. Now comes along the 80s and you got punk kids wearing baggy kids and they're changed the entire look of the board. They're throwing kick flips downstairs and doing kick flips and nose blunts and stuff like that and all sorts of grinds and things like that these guys didn't see. So there was animosity between the 70s skateboarders and the 80s skateboarders. Well, in the 80s, the style started to change and everything else like that. And now you're into the 90s with skateboarding. And you've got guys coming out of the 80s that were doing huge things. Tony Hawk, Bucky Lasek, all these huge names that were just starting out in the 80s as teenagers. They saw what the Dogtown boys were doing. They advanced on it. They made a new sport. They made it harder, they made it faster, they made it hardcore and more dangerous. And then now that's what you got going to the Olympics right now. Skateboarding. Professional skateboarding is now a summer Olympic sport. Alright. Fast forward a little bit farther. The skateboarding world got kind of turned upside down when the younger generation saw the dangers involved with modern skateboarding. Kick flips and varials and going huge on vert ramps and stairs and grinds and shit like that. They wanted a slower pace, but they still wanted to be kind of cool. Longboarding came back huge. I mean, it was always kind of there in the shadows and in the dim lights in the skateboarding world and the skateboarding community. But now you got people doing the same stuff from the 70s on longer boards that look a lot like the boards from the 80s and 90s. And they're kick flipping these longboards, and they're grinding on these longboards, and they're doing all this crazy stuff on longboards. Now, I know I'm a rollerblader, but hear me out on this. Could it possibly be that their sport started to this and expanded to this? So instead of having a 500-foot view, now you've got a 30,000-foot view, and you're seeing what's going on, and you got all these different things, and they're all part of the same sport and part of the same love. Now, let's take this into our sport. Rollerblading has been around since the 80s as well. Started as fitness and recreation for, cross-country skiers. Started as for hockey players, keep them fresh and on blades throughout the entire year, throughout the entire season. Some crazy a-holes decided, hey, I bet you I can jump stairs on these skates. Next thing you know, you got guys jumping stairs on skates. Well, I bet you I can slide down this rail on these skates. All right, cool. So now you got these guys that are like, oh, these are for fitness. But they're not closed-minded to the guys that are jumping down the stairs. Still not the big thing, and they still kind of clash a little bit. There you got aggressive inline skating starting. This is the 90s. Huge, huge popular time. Rollerblading and extreme sports, period, point blank. Fast forward a little bit forward. Skates changed. Going from what everybody knew as classic rec skates, and if I had some, I'd show them to you, but I don't. But they went to this. Or this. These skates haven't really changed in 20 years. The Majestic 12, the Colts, the Valos, all of them. Same mold, same design. It's been that way since the 90s, guys. And people are throwing hammers in these. Now, a little bit farther, sport falls off for whatever reasons. And I'm not saying it was for skateboarders. I'm not saying it was for this or it was that. You know, it could have been money. It could have been sponsors. It could have been the companies and the way they treated their riders or what have you. You know, the sport changed. And the money dried up for the most part. Now you got kids that are still wanting to skate. They see these guys and they see these old videos like Monks, History, Hyphy, Leading the Blind, Trash, 1 and 2. They're like, oh man, whoa, those dudes were killing it. But then you also got stuff like California Dreamin', Forest Fire, VG3, Battle My Crew, Volume, Street Dwellers, where the origins and the development of mushroom blading really started. And if you want to test me on it, go back into Forest Fire, watch the John Elliott section, and tell me that his wiggle walks aren't the start of people starting to do crazy little foot toe tappy things and stuff like that because it was cool and it made your style yours and your own unique little thing. A little bit farther, come a little bit farther into the KFC sections and Leading the Blind and everything else like that. You got Broscout, one of the major hammer droppers of the entire generations. Start ticky-tacking on stuff. Stall on a ledge, jump to a rail, drop a hammer. Stall on a ledge, go down to another ledge. There, stall on the side of a rail on the first little part of the section, hop up and go down the rail. That's step 2 in mushroom blading. So now you got these older guys like me. I started in '96. Been following the games ever since. I'm not a big fan of mushroom blading. I'm not going to lie. It's cool, but it's not my style. That's not what I want to do. But you got guys like Robbie Pitts. This is the main one I can think of right now. You got the guys from Mushroom Blading. And all these guys doing mushroom blading. And it's because to them it's what they feel is right. It's comfortable to them. It's what they know. And it's their own personal style. The same way the 80s and 90s kids for skateboarding had their own personal style versus the 70s dudes doing the flatland stuff and killing it that way. Now, what's to say that the next generation coming up, which has already started, the urban bladers riding their big wheels, their 110s, their 125s with aggressive frames, like aggressive sole plates on them. And they're doing the same stuff that we're doing on little wheels, except on 110s and 125s and lacing it and killing it. And they're doing their own little thing. Well, that's the next step, guys. That's longboarding right there. The new longboarding scene for skateboarding. Ours is now urban skate. What a lot of people aren't realizing is, yes, there's Fruitboomers, there's Bladelennials, okay? But we're all in the same family, and we're all looking at the same sport, and everybody's looking at it differently. And whether you can give me hate mail all day long, I don't really care. But you have to admit that mushroom blading started in the 90s. It came up a little bit more in the 2000s. And now that we're rolling into the new decade, you know, the roaring 20s, mushroom blading is its own thing. And yeah, it was big in 16, 17, 18, and 19. But now you got guys dropping huge social media presence with mushroom blading. because it's fun to them. It's safe. It's what they know. It's what they're comfortable with. And if that's their homage to the blade gods, then bless it and call it good. If your homage to the blade gods is going out and dropping a hammer down the 12th there, dude, I'm gonna watch it all day long. Just like I'm gonna watch these guys mushroom blading and go, all right, that's not me, but that's kind of cool, you know. I had the privilege of introducing a Bladelennial to those 4 DVDs that I showed you just now. Monk's History, Hyphy, Leading the Blind, and both Trash 1 and 2. And watching his reaction to the guys we know as the Blade Gods, you know, Shima and Hyphy and Aragon and Broskow, like, these guys went huge every chance they got. And it wasn't like they just skated one spot for a quick little bit and that was the end of it. No, they skated sessions at a spot to try to make sure they got the clips. Or over the course of a couple weeks, back and forth over 3 or 4 different spots. I remember it because I got to be part of them. I never got recorded and never got edited, but I was there for a lot of cool stuff that happened in the Midwest. You know, maybe we should stop being so closed-minded to mushroom blading and realize that that's the next step in the evolution of rollerblading. Because you got rollerblading as a whole is way bigger than just aggressives and dropping hammers. It's wreck skating. It's slalom skating, and everybody hates on slalom skating because it's just that. Actually, you know, it takes a lot of talent to be able to do what those guys do on, you know, free skating, urban skating, mushroom blading, aggressive blading. It's all 4 wheels. It's all in a line. Well, 3 to 5 wheels technically. If you're gonna get real technical, but it's all the same sport. It's all the same love. It's all boots. It's all wheels attached to your feet, and we need to appreciate and love on it. All right. Celebrate your homage to the blade gods. Throw a hammer, please, please. I'm okay with bringing back hammers. That's cool to me. I love seeing it. Okay. Maybe you mushroom bladers go a little bit bigger. Maybe you're not sacrificing everything you can to the blade gods and the sports. That's just me. I don't know. But as rollerbladers, when we started out on this, when we were kids, when we came into the sport, a lot of us came in when we were in our teens, in the early teens, mid-teens. Some of us even up into our early 20s. And we were angry at the world. We really were. We wanted to show everybody that we didn't conform to a norm. We didn't conform to social standards of what we should do and what we shouldn't do. And now you've got people saying, well, you should be rocking these and you should be doing this and you should be doing that. How about this? Do you on rollerblades and stop bitching about what everybody else does. Because you few, proud, angry, disgruntled, hateful people that hate on everything that's not what you think is right is what's killing so much of this sport. I hate to say it. Oh man, you know, why don't we just do this? Why don't you just shut up and go skate? You want to be a positive impact on the rollerblading community? Stop bitching about mushroom blading. Stop bitching about dropping hammers and go skate. Take skating to your community. Create a scene. Be a positive influence and role model to those on rollerblades. Because that's the only way we're going to come back to where we are, to the pantheons of the greats, is by you getting out and rollerblading. Whether you're a Bladelennial or a fruit boomer. I am a fruit boomer. I'll own it. I'll admit it. Yeah. But you know what? I still pay into the sport. I still buy new products. I support guys that make new products. Andrew Kingery. Mainframe. You know, all these guys that are coming up with new, interesting, homemade products that are trying to better our industry. All you out there that are naysaying them are wrong. Support your sport. The shirt that says support something on it, I wish I had it. All I have is this one right here, Just Blade. If I had the shirt that said support something on it, you'd be damn right that I would support it. And I just haven't had a chance to buy one yet. Because every single one of those companies failed because we as rollerbladers failed them. We weren't willing to pay the price for a shirt, a $25 shirt. You know what? That $25, I own my own company. I know how far that $25 goes into making more products, better products, investing into a better machinery, better ways and technology to make your product. Okay? So yeah, you might bitch about a $25 price point, but to those guys out there that are making their products, that price point is set there so they can do bigger and better things for our community, for our sport, for our industry. So get out there and actually support something. Seriously, King Souls, Murder Militia, like Ghetto Community, God, so many of them. Your local skate shops, Carrier, Intuition, Oak City. Support them. Senate, I talked to Mark. I've talked to Arlo. Probably not coming back, guys. Don't hold your breath. You'll die first. England's not coming back. We might get lucky. Second regime may come back. You got to talk to Vinny on that one because I haven't got a hold of Vinny to talk to him. Keenan with Monks and Blading on the Brain. Dude is very much active in the rollerblading community. And I have talked to him. And the community needs to come together and support each other. Buy from your industry. Blade Trade, I love it. I got a lot of stuff from Blade Trade. I know we'll use it, but don't just go there. Buy from your shops. Buy from Oak City. Go talk to Long if you need something. Go talk to the guys at Thorough in Boston if you're local. If you're down in Texas, go to Carrier. If you're out in college, make a drive to Bakersfield. I know it's a long drive from San Francisco, but hey, if you're supporting somebody, support your industry. Because that's what we need. We need people to support the industry. We need Fruitboomers and Bladelennials to come back together and roll into the fold to make the sport on top again. Because we all know the sport's the best, right? Because if it wasn't, would we still be doing it? Maybe some of us old heads are just like, we just can't get out of our own head. And to prove another point on how evolution of extreme sports is going, two more to look at. Skiing and snowboarding. Yeah, they started as just normal little things. We're going down a mountain. Well, skiing's been around a lot longer than that. Those modes of transportation. But snowboarding was a little bit different. Well, next thing you know, like, hey, we could do tricks on these up jumps. Let's do this shit. Guess what? Winter X, those are the only X Games that have not been affected generationally at all. Put that in your brain. Get out of your head that we need to go back to the old ways. No, we don't. We need to take the old ways and the new ways and make them current ways and go about our way and kill it. Which is a motto of mine for Murder Militia. Kill it. Just go out and kill it for the love of God. Go murder that rail. Go murder that ledge. Go jump off that loading dock and drop it. I don't care. Just go skate. And stop bitching about hammers. Stop bitching about all you unities and backside Savannahs. My personal take on it, two separate tricks. If your left leg is in the front, it's a unity. If your right leg is in the front, it's a Savannah. It doesn't matter which direction you spin. If your feet are one way or the other, that's the name of the damn trick. So just do the damn trick. In my personal reference, my personal opinion on it is, how about everybody that's bitching about the porn star? I'm going to start calling her FTG. Forget this grind. Because if you can't settle on a name for it, the proper name for it, and get past yourself, then forget the grind and don't do it. Because your delicate sensibilities don't need to be around. I have kids. I have 4 of them. I live in the Bible Belt. I go to church. And I still call it a porn star. Because that's the name of it. Get over it. or forget it. Find another trick to do. Stretch your leg out, bend your knee down, and do a sidewalk instead. Ooh! Come on, y'all. There's bigger things to worry about in this world, like supporting our industry, supporting our skate shop, supporting new companies. So that's my take on it. I know it's a hot topic. I am sure I'm going to get hate mail on this out of at least 2 of my subscribers because I've only got 104, and I doubt this is going to go anywhere, even if I post it on rollerblade, and blade hate. But, you know, there's a big generational gap in the rollerblading community. And I think if the older generation and the younger generation actually sit down together and collaborate, we might be able to blade a hell of a lot better than we're blading right now and bring a lot more people into it. But till then, y'all, hey, just go skate. That's all I ask. Skate, support your local industry, support your local skate shops. Murder Militia, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook. Please, you know, products are out there. You just got to order them. Everything is currently custom made to order. So when you order it, it is made. It's not sitting on a shelf in my garage. It's not sitting on a shelf in my house or in a warehouse somewhere. No, like, you order it, I make it, I send it to you. Made out of the kindness of my heart and my love for the sport and for you as a rollerblader. So please support Murder Militia. Facebook, murdermilitia.com, and then Instagram at Murder Militia. You can find me there. As always, y'all, thanks for stopping by. Nate, your vintage roller, and that's my take on what's going on in the rollerblade community right now. Until then, y'all, as always, peace, love, and rollerblades. I'm out.